Namaste to my viewers. In this video, we will understand about while loop. So loops are basically used when we want to execute a certain set of statements repeatedly unless and until they satisfy a certain conditions. So there are two kinds of loop, while loop and for loop. In this video, we will focus only on while loop. So let's take our first example. Yeah, so let's first take a look at the syntax. Since we are using while loop, so we should type the while keyword here. And after the while keyword, we have to give a space and then we have our condition. So the condition here is true. The loop will continue to run as long as the condition is true. If the condition is something which is not true, then this loop will never run. And after our condition, we have a colon, and then we should go to the next line, give a space of one tab, and then we should type the body of the loop. So let's execute this. Yeah, you see this statement while loop executed, the output has been displayed multiple times and the loop is still running. It is an infinite loop. So we do not want something like this in our Jupyter notebook. So to resolve this problem, let me first stop this. Yeah. Now we have the break keyword here. So what the break keyword does, it breaks down the loop. It stops the loop. So here, when we didn't apply the break keyword, we saw that the output was being displayed repeatedly. But after applying the break keyword, we see that the output has been displayed just once. Let's take another example. Yeah, so let's first understand the code. Here we have a variable num1 whose value is equal to 0, and then we have another variable num2 whose value is also equal to 0, and then we have the while loop, our condition true, and then this consists the body of the loop. So the first statement is asking for an input from the user, and then we have two conditions. We have conditions, the if statement and the else statement. So the if statement says that if these two variables will be equal, num1 and num2 will be equal, then this will be our output and we will be out of the loop. Why we will be out of the loop? Because in the if category we have break keyword. And then let's look at the else statement. So in the else statement, if we fall into the else statement, we will have this as an output, but we at this time in the else category we will not be out of the loop. Why? Because we do not have any break keyword here. So let's run this. Type any number here, 9. Yeah, you see, first it asked for an input, so I typed 9. So when I type 9, the first condition num1 is equal to num2, it didn't fulfill. So this action fell into the else category, and then I had this as an output. While loop will run again, and since there is no break keyword, so So while loop will run again and it will again ask for an input. So now if I will type 0, yeah, now the loop has stopped. So when I type 0, num1, this condition was fulfilled. Num1 was equal to num2. So we had this as an output, and then we had the break keyword. So we are now out of the loop. Now let us learn about increment and decrement. Suppose I have a variable val1 whose value is equal to 5. Yeah. So here the value of variable was 5, and what I have done, I have added 1. I have added 1 to the variable, which means I am incrementing the variable. The action performed here is increment. That's why we have the output as 6. You can even do it like this. Yeah, now also we have the same output. Yeah, so here the value of the variable was 8 and I have subtracted 1 from the variable, which means I have decremented the variable. The action performed here is decrement. That's why the value is 7, 1 less than 8. We can even do it like this. Minus equal space. Yeah, same output. Let's check another example. Yeah, so here we have a variable num whose value is equal to 6, and then we have the while loop, and then we have the condition here. So what does this condition say? It says that the number should be greater than 0. This means as long as the variable num is going to be will be greater than 0, then this while loop will be executed. I repeat, as long as the value of this variable num will be greater than 0, then this while loop will go on repeating. And then we have the print statement. This will be the output that we will receive, and below the output, what we have done, we are decrementing the variable. And then at last we have another print statement. So let us have a closer look of what has happened here. Here the value of the variable was 6. So we had the value as 6 and we have the condition as num should be greater than 0. So is 6 greater than 0? Yes, 6 is very much greater than 0. So this statement was executed here. So when this statement was executed, the value of the variable num was decremented by 1. So when the value of the variable was decremented by 1, it became 5. The value became 5. So is 5 greater than 0? Yes, 5 is greater than 0. So it will pass. So the while loop will be executed again, and this will be the output. So here we have the output, and then again the value of the variable decremented by 1. So 5 becomes 4. And then we have this condition. Num should be greater than 0. So is 4 greater than 0? Yes, 4 is very much greater than 0. So this statement was executed here. Yeah. And when 4 was executed, it again got decremented by 1. So when it got decremented by 1, it became 3. So after 3, it became 2 and then 2 and then 1. So when the variable became 1, so is 1 greater than 0? Yes, 1 is very much greater than 0. So this statement was executed again here. So when the statement was executed, the num here, it got decremented by 1. So 1 became 0. So we again went to the while loop because there was no break statement. So when we went to the while loop, we had the value of the variable here as 0. So is num greater than 0? No, num is not greater than 0. That's why the while loop breaked in between and the while loop didn't work this time. And after the finishing of the while loop, we had this statement. And now that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.